In fact, what was the mindset? Because I believe that being a seven-time Olympia, I understand the first one, I understand the second one, but after you won like two, three, four shows, what made you still do this? Because while you talk about your digestion, I feel like it was something that you had really to battle for. It's not was something easy where just okay, I'm a show, okay, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
You were like throwing up and stuff.
Yeah, it was tough.
What was the mindset? First of all, in the first Olympias, like your goal was to make money of it. You wanted to be like the best bodybuilder ever. What was the mindset going to the shows, Olympia especially?
It was to be the best bodybuilder ever. The money was never there. I had to actually look and be creative to make the money. So the first Olympia I won, and it was like, I knew I could do this. It's like, yes, all the sacrifice, all the dedication, all the missed events, missing my family, my friends, the sacrifice, the sofas that I slept on, the travels, all was worth it to get my hand lifted up. But as soon as our moment was kind of celebrated, they were already saying that, oh, you only won because David Henry wasn't there and Kevin English wasn't there. So it's like, okay,
let's see.
Okay. And that 212 class fit me beautiful the first couple of years. And I had time to grow and room to grow in. I truly took advantage of that extra growth. And I moved up from being a low 212 to then being up the top end slowly. But the second year, I had to answer your question, I had to recreate my why. And I've spoken about this many times, but this is something, again, you've got your die-hard core bodybuilding fans here. You have to have a why. Why do I get up in the morning? Why am I doing this? I had my whys on an amateur and it wasn't money. I wanted to be the next level best Mr. Wales. Okay, the next level is Mr. Britain. Next level is, when you turn pro, it's a whole different ball game.
Yeah.
You're having guys who are doing it for other reasons. They're doing it because, they want to change their families' lives. And I wanted to change my life. I wanted to change my family's life back in the UK. So the second one was reassurance that the first one wasn't a fluke. And the first one wasn't just by happen chance. So everybody was there that year and more people. And then the next year was our battle with Eduardo.
Yeah.
And it was the 50th year. And then the year after that, we found out my wife was pregnant. So to me, I was like, oh, yes, I didn't know I had this gear in me. Didn't know I had this mindset in me. It was like a 8th gear that I found, like, okay, no, I'm not doing it just for me. And I was not, and me and my wife got together before the first. I'm not doing it for me and her. No, I'm doing it for what's to come. And then the 5th was a photo on stage. The famous Sergio Olivia photo of Sergio on stage with the baby. I wanted to have that photo. In fact, it was my screensaver on my phone all the way up until my probably like a year ago. All my photos, all my photos are all my family on my phone. Not anything to do with bodybuilding.
Photo you with your son?
It was a photo of my daughter and my wife on stage. And Bob Chick. That photo. Of course, it wasn't as young as Sergio Jr. because he was just newborn.
Yeah.
So we had to kind of wait, until after, it was like a year later to have her in. So she was not quite a year, but holding her up in my hands and like, wow, I got that photo. And that's what it was. I dreamed of having that picture. Wow. It was never about beating this person and that person, because then it just becomes too personal.
Yes.
I never made it personal. I didn't have a vendetta. And even Eduardo mentioned yesterday on the podcast, like the 212 class was a brotherhood. Yes, we were all fighting against each other, but the open class guys, there was drama, there was people bitching, there was the King Kamali, Craig Titus bullshit that was going on. It was great for magazines, but the 212 guys, we had no beef. In fact, we helped each other out quite a lot because I wanted to see the best version of you. And you wanted to see the best version of me. So when we all turned up, it was so close to even playing fields that we could all battle the best version of one another.
Fala pra ele que a gente sempre comenta que a 212 é a categoria mais acirrada de todas.
He's saying that we always say here in our show that the 212 is the most is the division with the most competition. Like it's very very hard to see the difference between the level of the athletes. Everybody's so good. Everybody's so competitive. Of course, in your era, you were the guy, and the guys below you were battling between each other. But today, like, you cannot affirm who's the champion. Like, we saw this last year, right?
Look at Sean and Keon. Keon trains in my gym, so I get to see Keon all the time. He's an absolute mutant right now. Like, my gosh. But I look at him and go, man, I would love to have competed against him. But I'm like, okay, kill that guy off, Flex. We're not coming back. We're not coming back. And if I come back, it's going to be open. But it's not coming back. Just you clip that clip, okay? It's not happening.